It was supposed to be a quiet, unremarkable night. Just the two of us, sharing dinner and a movie, the sort of evening that slips easily into the fabric of everyday life. I thought it would be one of those moments that felt safe, ordinary, and comforting. The kind that makes you believe love has settled into a steady rhythm. She laughed softly at something on her phone, the glow from the screen brushing across her face in the dim light. My eyes caught an unfamiliar name before she noticed my gaze. In a heartbeat, she turned the phone over, screen down, and let out another light chuckle. "It's nothing," she said, her voice light and casual. "Just a friend." But when someone hides their phone and dismisses your question with a single word, you don't need solid evidence to feel the truth sink into your chest. I tried to shove the thought away, to ease back into the night, to pretend I hadn't just seen the first fracture in what I believed was solid ground. But my mind wouldn't listen. Her smile now seemed rehearsed, her touch cooler than before, her eyes always drifting somewhere else, anywhere but mine. I didn't press her that night. No arguments, no accusations. I just stayed silent and watched. And soon, the signs multiplied. She lingered awake late into the night, her phone now locked with a passcode. Messages lit up her screen, bringing a brightness to her face I hadn't seen directed at me in a long time. I began to feel like a ghost inside my own home, watching a woman who looked like my wife become someone I barely recognized. Then came the night I couldn't hold it in any longer. She was in the shower, steam spilling out from under the bathroom door. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I hadn't planned to touch it, but my hand moved on its own, guided by something my heart already knew. I unlocked the screen and there it was again, his name. This time, it wasn't a lone message. It was a thread of countless texts, photos, private jokes, shared dreams, and plans that didn't involve me. This wasn't a mistake. It was a deliberate replacement of everything we once had. I didn't wait for her to come out. I didn't want to hear the denials, the carefully rehearsed lies. I packed a small bag, took only what I needed, and left without a word. No note, no noise, nothing. She never thought I'd actually walk away, because by then, she didn't know me anymore. The days that followed blurred together. I checked into a cheap motel and ignored the flood of calls and messages that came almost immediately. "Where are you? We need to talk. This isn't fair. I can explain." But there was nothing to explain. She had made her choice, and now I had made mine. I blocked her number, deleted our photos, and removed her from every space in my digital world. But love doesn't vanish with a press of a button. You can only quiet the echoes until they fade. 2 weeks later, I signed the lease on a small apartment and began piecing my life together again. At night, my hands sometimes still reached for her out of habit, a cruel reflex that lingered. But eventually, the silence became peaceful. The pain stopped screaming. 6 months later, I saw her again. I was walking home from work, groceries in one hand, earbuds in the other, when I turned the corner and found her waiting outside my building. She seemed smaller, not physically, but as if guilt had hollowed her out. "Hey," she said softly, like no time had passed. I didn't respond, only met her gaze. "Can we talk?" she asked. I should have kept walking, but I didn't. Maybe I still wanted the truth. Maybe I needed to hear her admit it. We ended up in a small cafe I'd never taken her to, part of the life I'd built without her. She kept stirring her coffee without drinking it, her hands trembling. Finally, she spoke. "I never thought you'd actually leave." That was her mistake, thinking my love made me weak. I told her it was my love that gave me the strength to walk away. She claimed it hadn't been serious, that she was lost, that it was just a mistake. But mistakes don't last for months. Mistakes don't send daily messages. Mistakes don't replace the person you share a home with. She cried, said she missed me, said her life was empty without me. I believed her, but it didn't change anything. Regret can't erase betrayal, and guilt isn't love. "I'm not asking for forgiveness," she murmured. "I just wanted you to know I still think about us." "You think about us," I said quietly. "But you didn't fight for us when it mattered." She had no answer. After a long pause, she stood, waiting for me to say something more. But I had already said all that needed saying. I left her there and walked back into my life. A life where there was no place for someone who once treated my heart as optional. When someone shows you how little you mean to them, believe their actions. Don't wait for apologies that arrive too late. Sometimes the most powerful choice is to leave when they least expect it, and never look back.